Nice to show. I'm Mr. Prime Minister Robby Berman. It's an honor. I was told that you have a good sense of humor, so you'll forgive me if I say that any friend around journalists and say the Isaac is a friend of mine.
That's despite these questionable characters, that's true for me too. So, Robby, you're going to show us?
I'll show you quickly. Since I was in Kursk Shim, I wasn't a medic, but I was in Kursk Shim for a while. I ran downtown to see if I could help. The officer wasn't letting anyone into the dark area, the black cloud. So I told him, maybe there's wounded here, we have to go in. And he said, no, we have to wait for help. And I didn't want to wait for help. So I noticed that we were on a subway stop. So I went into the subway here and went and came up on the other side where he couldn't see me, and I used the black cloud of September 11th.
These are shreds of glass?
Glass and some papers, financial papers. אין פן, אין כסוף, אין, זה כאילו בלוק זה that one of the cars was in the middle of the intersection, the doors are still closed, and you can imagine it's a park place. A lot of these things that you can see, I mean, even though it's 10:30 in the morning and it's a beautiful light day, it's dark, it's black, choshech Mitzrayim, and this is really my flash lighting up the area. Take a look at this picture here, you can get a sense.
You took all these pictures?
I took these pictures. Right. I mean, I called out, I said, Mishu Patsua, Mishu Tzechazra, זה באמצע היום, תחשוב שזה flash. It's right. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So all you have are flames and some nayadot, the lights, but that's what we have. Now there were explosions above, and I thought it was all niyarot. It was Havara Banki של $12 מיליון מאיזשהו בנק באמריקה ליפן. It was נכתב כיפורים שלמזלו של הבן אדם הוא מתפטר ולא היה בבניין. I know. There's no other picture like that.
After, walk around Lower Manhattan, you could pick up documents on the ground and see what people were doing the minute this happened, what was on their desk.
This is extraordinary.
Thank you. There's no other like that. Yeah. Here are some of the cameramen, firemen. Some of them were overcome by grief. Some of them were collapsing out of exhaustion. There was so much ash on the ground that they started to use sleds to come, and they're just trying to discover the tziyud of Allah.
What is this one?
I don't recall, but I think it's the west side by the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel.
Because that's the dirt.
Yeah.
It's debris from the building.
Yes. Yes. This is flames licking, and if the flash was covered, this is what I was in. I stopped being a journalist and a photographer when I took these pictures because I felt that as dramatic as they are, they didn't convey the trauma that I was experiencing.
No, you were a war correspondent.
Something like that, yeah. The Jews should have given me extra pay that day. This is a car that exploded right in front of me. I was walking down the street, it was on fire, and the gasoline tank exploded. And that's the remains of it. Pathetic picture, because we all felt like, what's it to do? This is an American flag, and this guy just...
He's holding the newspaper.
Right, the newspaper in the front, another picture.
Picture of the...
הוא cross, הוא פועש שזה לא קיים. זה בניין שמההדף, בדרך כלל בניינים הם מאוד linear, and this is kind of like a wave, a sine wave almost. There were many religious doctors, Salah, in New York. I have many pictures, I have 600 pictures. I chose one which didn't show a face, so it represents all the other pictures. And they're kind of marginalized, they have nothing to do, and he's even marginalized from them. They want to help to save, and he wants to cure, but there's no one there.
This is the next day.
This is the next day, right?
Because you can see the light.
Right, exactly. The black cloud is dissipated. This is really... Yeah. You can see that everything is burned off these cars, from the paint to the rubber. There's not even bolts left. Right. Bolts are melted down. It's unbelievable. The inferno, kerosene fuel is a very highly flammable. Right. This is really a sign of Yehush, I think, the firemen, the second day. Despair, Dikaon, Manach, Simpo, Mafshel, Asot. This was picture showed up in New York Magazine. This was, I'm not sure if it's December 11th or 12th, but this is really the sentiment of New York the next day. Nuke them all. That's not to be taken. I'm not giving any advice here to the Prime Minister.
The finger into the dust on the walls.
It looks like a finger on
Yes,
the
not paint.
Jesus is
It's
still
from pain. You see that it came from inside.
Absolutely.
Somebody. Okay.
This fire department lost 11 soldiers, and here the next day, this Homer is speaking to him, trying to console the people who are crying in front of him.
Look at the truck as well. You see.
Anyway, this is to show you the fireballs of kerosene fuel that they lit up. You know, the fireballs came out, and wherever they hit, they burned, you know, almost like exploding grenades. The last three pictures, this one I call the melting pot of New York. This is September 12th. We have a Greek Orthodox priest. He just bought Poland Spring and water in New York City from an Israeli falafel store. These are Palestinian workers. So when you store and ask them, they're from the Palestinian. Yeah. And then these two pictures here are my final pictures. This is called a Christmas tree for obvious reasons. But again, this kind of gives you the eschatological. So I just got to set 4 firemen closes